Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is the GenG BLG series, game 1. I'm gonna go over the draft, and then eventually I'll go over the games and do some game analysis. But for the bans, they banned Nico, Renekton, and Xayah. Again, you've seen Xayah ban like basically every game, win rate's high. Everyone's just kind of getting rid of it. They don't want to deal with Xayah Rakan either. Rakan is banned here too. Maokai, Silas is interesting. That is definitely Chovy direct because Joey's been one of the few minutes outside of Scout that plays Silas, Kali. They first picked Jax, and they have a Renekton ban. So Renekton is good in the Jax, so this already preps us a little bit. And the Nico ban, it does. I don't really care for it, but I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it because Yagao is really good on it. That's the purpose of this ban. But it's just, the main mid picks are Ori, Azir, Nico, and like Syndra. Like for like ranged mids, like this is what it is. So they took Jax. That's for Bin. They take Renata. We saw it yesterday. Energy was permabanning Renata. We're gonna assume this is why, and they're gonna take Kalista. So they took Kalista with it, which is a strong 1-2. However, doesn't mean it's some unbeatable 1-2 either. At least I don't think it should be. So they have these two, which means you have a couple options. The first one, if this guy's a Draven player at all, is he can play Draven. The other option is playing Senna TK, if these guys played at all either. That would be really nice. Mostly because if they try to all in, like TK can actually take a lot of the damage. Senna can poke out the Kalista. It works decently. What they're gonna do instead is take Azir. So look, this is gone. Now this is gone. So that leaves these two left. Also, I should not delete that. It leaves Ori, which is OP, and to be honest, Ori's really good into these champs because if they're just sitting here, she can honestly just ball them up. The only reason why they might have done Azir is if they're afraid they're going to do like full engage, and they need someone who can actually get out of the situation, which is Azir. And of course, Azir has range into this. They take Aphelios, which... I mean, Aphelios on his own is okay, but he definitely is one of the more susceptible, like, being dove champs. So see where that goes, but I'm not like the most fond of this, to be honest. Like, they could have taken their jungle, like just taken... No, honestly, they could have taken Poppy. Like, Poppy, like, plays for early anyways. You want to have a jungle who plays for early because they're playing Kalista Renata. Take Poppy. She can also stop Kalista from moving at all, which is obviously extremely OP. And you're already playing kind of a kite back team, so like you just have to think about the 80s you have that can possibly lane, and there's a few options. So this is not like my favorite when taking this here. They take Ori. So again, they did that because, if they don't, and this guy doesn't have, like, a huge champion pool, like, he's not playing the melee mids like Chovy, makes sense. They ban Poppy. That sucks. They ban Rumble. I'm gonna assume they're banning Rumble again because there's not, like, a ton of great picks into this champ. And, there's always the J4, like, Rumble, like, option, so don't really want to deal with that either. They banned Seju. Okay, so this is good. I mean, they're banning all the control picks, the picks that kind of, like, again, she's also good into Kalista, and that offer, like, some engage options, so good bans. This is a good ban. They banned Cassante. Now, these champs are never going to try to get near this champ. That's for sure. And they think this is, like, the next best champ into Jax, which... I mean, I guess if I'm thinking about the meta, like, it's like decent. It's not like an insane pick into Jax, but it's like decent. They're there are like a few other options you can do that are a little bit spicier, like Kennen, which also would be incredible into Aphelios. I'm trying to think if there's like a better ban in, like for jungle wise, because what they want for jungle is some kind of control pick. And so there's picks like Vi, Wukong, though Wukong doesn't necessarily want to move early. So it's really like Vi, Jarvan. Is there any AP jungle that likes to move fast? It's only Elise. It's not a lot of good options. Rel's up too. So you have G4, Rel, Vi. Vi's not like exactly the happiest with this situation, but she can cancel it. Same with Rel, not exactly the happiest with this situation. J4's actually... Now, even J4's not happy to be played in it, so they don't really give a shit about picking J4. So it's really these two. So if they ban J4 because J4 is annoying for him, then it's just between these two. And that's not half bad, in all honesty. It's not half bad. Also, if they picked Vi, you could also pick... you could pick this character. Technically, he actually would be good. Because then all their damage, you just get an enchanter with this guy with an Ivern. You have a ton of shielding.
Well,
he'll never die.
I don't want to say comfort because Bin is obviously a very
Let's take Jarvan. So there's the two picks left that are kind of like or like okay, most obvious picks to take. They should take an enchanter. Like obviously, you see Jarvan. Most people would think, okay, take Thresh, right? Take Thresh and don't take this champ because this champ is really good into this champ. Like you're just basically accepting the loss of lane, and then they can just play to dive you. Like, it'd be pretty bad. They take Rel, which is fine.
The Rel jungle. This is also
and then they take TK, which is terrible. I mean, again, you could probably just play Lulu, because Lulu will just give you like a bunch of like, HP shielding for Aphelios, so he can survive when they do dive him. And yeah, it's gonna make things awkward. He's gonna go Gale Force probably, but you just want to be able to play for the lane. Like if you play TK just to like protect him, I don't really see the point.
Team specifically T1.
They take Aatrox, which very skill based. It's still advantage for Jax, so if this is good, it's like fine. This is not the best. Not the best. This is fine. These two were like this, but now they're kind of like this. This is great. This is great. And this is like okay. So it's definitely cited for BLG. I'll show you what happens with the level 1 real quick. So look, the early ward here, they have to. I mean, it's Kalista Renata, like way stronger level 1. They can invade early and just take the bot side, and if they control the bot camps, then the dive is going to happen 100%. Now, if they do an early ward, TK shouldn't even be there. TK should just come over here, stand where Aphelios is, or even stand in the brush, because they want to have brush control. They want to be in the bot brush, like in this area down here, because they want to ensure that they can at least fight for priority. If they can't fight for priority and they get a built wave on them, it's really bad. So these guys poke around. They ward here. This is in case that, because Jarvan doesn't have to dive bot. They could build a wave and then Jarvan could do this and then go into like, do his camps and then go into top side still. Or he could even go around and like gank this. Like, whenever you have a lot of tools that kind of make a big play, and like in this case, yes, ideally, you know, you do the 3-wave like dive, right? But you don't have to commit. Like you can actually use that as a pressure point. They accept it. Not ideal for them, but perhaps you get something else with Jarvan. But again, you should just be playing for the dive. So what's gonna happen is Peanut ideally would be starting topside and coming down, right? So this way these camps are gone, and then if he fails to play here, he still has his bot camps to farm. I'm gonna assume the reason he's not doing it, and he spotted on a ward, which he knew was there, which is not ideal, but the reason why he's doing it this way is because if he does his bot camps first, and this guy's starting topside, he will be bot first. What we're gonna see is they're literally gonna come in,
You actually see Shun skipping all of
He's gonna get spotted on this ward that they just ward now, so they fail to keep the wave, which is obviously gonna happen because guess what?
From Showmaker when he
They're starting, they're walking with the wave, so naturally, like, they can't play, right? So they have full control, which is really bad. So they get the ward, he gets spotted on the ward, Soon is just coming straight down, catches him, and now here's the thing, Peanut can't stay down here. Should he? Yeah, I mean, yes, technically, because these guys could get farmed, they could get dough, but he can't because he has no camps. He has to be up here to do his camps and actually, like, level up. Jarvan's fine. Jarvan already did his topside. Jarvan is like chilling.
Obviously, can be very difficult against a champion like Tom.
And so, of course, you know, you see mid, like, Warriors, not an easy champion to lane against. So these guys are pretty even. And Jun is going to come straight down. And they're going to be able to rebuild the wave. Actually, it's not even rebuild wave. They literally are just going off a non-cannon wave, which is pretty messed up. They're level 3, full Psalms HP. Technically, this shouldn't work. Ooh. Man, that shouldn't work.
Even blowing them would already be a big win.
Only cleanse on Pays as well.
Is there any way they could play that better? He already took the damage. He needed to flash this right away. But the damage is pretty quick.
There's the ignite. Pays cleanses with a flash follow from Shun. On can look for that.
There's really no way to outplay that.
Only cleanse on Pays as well. On can look for that.
I think TK needs to just... No, he can't. The problem is TK can't press his W either, because... Oh... This... When did they see this guy? So it's too late. He can't leave. I guess they either accept that they're going to get zoned this wave and accept it, which is like, fine. Like, Aphelios could have just pressed like red Q and gone out, and he would have been fine. And then let TK absorb, or TK follows just to make sure J4 doesn't kill him. This is... It's actually harder to avoid than I thought. Because again, this damage is instant, right? Like, he has to flash the knockoff. So he already took the damage, and then he predicts him. And he can't flash here, because if he flashes here, then they're just going to attack him here. And then he's really dead. So it's like, it's either he's flashing here, or here. But no matter what, this guy's going to eat all the turret shots. So yeah, he's dead. Like, he's definitely 100% dead, because it's Renata. Wow. And that just comes from the level 1. Like, not playing for this bush. You know, just not accepting you have a ward here, so just play that way. You know, Rel, she has to decide on whether, like, she can do these camps. Maybe she even gets a leash and Jax just sacks, which would be not good for his lane, but ideal for, like, this whole situation, because if he leashes her, then she can get bought sooner while not completely screwing her camps, and then actually play for this a little bit more easily. Or the simplest solution is just don't pick TK. And that's it.